Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Fireside podcast. Me, Pippa McGee, and Miss. Oh no, he's not turned up yet. Gamer of Ages is also here. Mr. Shikaki was supposed to be here, but he's not turned up yet. Hopefully, some other people may join.
Yeah, hopefully it's just like the old days, the two-man gig.
Yeah, just the two of us. We're going to read some articles, do some chatting. No one bullshit. How have you been the last week?
Not too bad. I actually got my exam results back. I got some great results, actually.
Excellent, excellent. Well, this week has been.
Oh God.
Today is the 2-year anniversary of the coining of the hashtag GamerGate, and what have we got to talk about is going to be fantastic.
Bring out the bubbly.
I'm going to read out a little quote that I've got here. There is no such thing as anti-GamerGate. There is only GamerGate and everyone else. Chris Clue said that. I hope everyone remembers that name for later on. Because this week, and we have going to open up an article here from Heat Street from someone called Ian Miles Chong.
Oh, he used to be part of said group.
Oh yeah, we're about to find this one, as I'm now sharing it on the screen now. Present to everyone. Is everyone getting this? Can you see it?
Not yet.
All right, tell me when you see it. Tell me when you see it. Because according to this, I am sharing the goddamn screen.
Well, I think if you can see it, it's fine.
No, I can't see it. It's not coming up on my.
Oh.
Yeah, it's not coming up on my thing.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, okay, I'm going to stop, and I'm going to try to share it again. Hang on, make sure I'm not looking at any pornography. No, okay, I'll try this different tab. How about this one? Is that working?
Let's see. Nothing yet. No, it's... Oh, this is odd.
Okay, we've got problems already. All right, forgetting it now.
Okay. To be fair, This isn't our fault. This is actually...
Yeah, this is not me. All right, so basically, from Heat Street Magazine, cyberbullying, chat logs expose crash override network as online bullies.
Oh, he actually wrote an article about this? Nice.
Oh, yes. The actual, on the header of Heat Street, actually says, anti-GamerGate bullies exposed. That's the headline that's on the top of the site at the moment. So, my email Chong on the 26th of August 2016. Harassment, he writes, is rife on social media. Users are allegedly targeted for no reason other than their gender or colour of their skin. He spelled colour the American way. That really annoys me. And the only response for these platforms is to ban users who violate the code of conduct. More often than not, users simply engage in online arguments with each other based on their political views. So that's yeah.
Oh yeah, so working for me. I'm trying it out now.
It's working with you. It's just not working with me.
Oh. Okay, so...
yeah, scan down so people can see. Yeah, this is really annoying. It's not working with... Yeah, my screen share's not working. I wonder what it is.
Mine's just... Oh, okay, there we go. Oh, if I was psychic. Oh, okay.
Okay.
Oh, right, there we go.
Okay. In the months after the GamerGate movement arose, Zoe Quinn founded Crash Override Network, or CON. Her alleged infidelity was the catalyst of a now infamous hashtag. The organization was set up to fight online abuse, purporting to deal with harassment of women and minorities in the game industry on social media. In case you're wondering, the name was inspired by the cult 90s movie Hackers. Oh, that is just so typical.
Yeah, I wonder what else it was inspired by.
I think that was just a happy organization. If you ask any of CON's members, assuming they choose to speak, they'll tell you they joined the group to fight what they saw as abuse of vulnerable individuals on social media. This is only partially factual. In truth, CON started as a Skype chat which morphed into a Slack channel where members gossiped about people they disliked on Twitter. And this sounds very familiar, and I will bring this back as we go along. Slack channel which they gossiped on people they disliked on Twitter and targeted supporters of the GamerGate movement. I would know, because I was one of those targets. Sorry, Ian. We know it sucks. Chat logs originating from the Skype group chat prior to the creation of the secure channel were recently linked to YouTube personality Bro Team Pill in a live stream. If you've watched that live stream, it is a long live stream, but it is quite worth it.
It's less of a live stream and more of a wonderful experience.
Yeah, and much reveal much what actually went behind the scenes. I'm inclined to write about what transpired, if only to set the record straight in the context of Con as Con as an organization. You had to know. Among the topics itemized under online abuse, quote unquote, the official Crash Override network site doxing, at least he spells doxing correctly, or circulation of private information is listed, yet leaked chat logs clearly show members expressing their disapproval of how Randy Harper, who is also a member of Con, was doxing people on Facebook. A week later, members of the organization cheered her on for discussed plans for how to destroy their targets' careers. And you wonder why I'm called Plippy McGee.
Yeah.
I'm not really big enough target, but I just knew, yeah, you know what I mean.
Actually, I do have a funny story about how someone tried to dox me. If you want to hear about it.
After this, yes. A few moments later, the two members talked about filing police reports on an individual accused of doxing a member of the group. And this is all in the links here, as you can see. I'm not showing you. Yeah. Sorry, I thought you were showing my screen still. Sorry, no point me pointing this stuff out. Here we go. To save face and protect the integrity of the flock, Randy Harper informed the group another member of intended to publicly denounce her, so we don't all get painted with the same Dr. brush. So basically, they were working to make it look like they weren't together. Basically.
And that did happen, didn't it?
Yeah, instantly, all these links here you see are actual all excerpts from the actual chat logs themselves. Catherine Cross, the Secretary of Feminist Frequency, and a columnist at the games industry website Kama Sutra, praised Harper's actions. Quote, I really don't have much sympathy for Gigi here. The Facebook rules were public. Although I might have opposed this if we still hadn't known Randy's deeper motives here. Sometimes the only way to confront a storm is to redirect it, she wrote. Yeah. Beyond doxing, expecting the law to publicly shame outed individuals, the group went out to step further and discuss contacting employers to get people fired. Just, the whole social justice 101 thing. Like it will get you fired.
Boy.
This included silencing a member of an Armed Forces Purple Heart recipient for his views on GamerGate by contacting his superior officer. This was the Melody Hensley, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah.
She wasn't in this group, I don't think. Or was she?
No,
she wasn't named in the group. She wasn't named in the group.
No, she was. I don't think she was in the group at all.
Well, the reason I say this is because we have a few people that are a few people identified in the group. We'll talk about that later. The group also targeted Google employee Justin Tunney, who was both a vocal supporter of Occupy Wall Street and GamerGate. Well,
actually, Justin Tunney was kind of interesting because I don't know too much about him. Oh, her. Justine. Yeah, Justine. My bad.
Sorry, don't wish to presume your pronouns here on this stream.
Well, I mean, it's always good to get someone's name right, at least.
Yeah. Yeah, I was just thinking, Occupy Wall Street and GamerGate, both notorious right-wing groups, yeah. There was also no shortage of threats to sue anyone who supported GamerGate into financial oblivion. And of course, it's all about the money. It's all about the money.
It's all about the moolah.
Yeah, the group as a whole often served as a hammer wielded by its participants engaged in petty disputes. I'm sorry, this is sounding so much more and more what they claimed GamerGate was.
Pretty much.
With individuals on social media, it made a concerted attempt to attack and defame game developer Brad Wardell because of her personal beef with Zoe Quinn. I'm sorry, but has anyone met Zoe Quinn that does not dislike her?
When I saw her, I just thought I immediately had alarm bells in my head.
Yeah, there's something about her.
Yeah.
It's not even something. It's not something about it. It's just like, she's in there. People tell it. it always comes up when people say things like, we're having a conversation with the awesome such and such, or the amazing such and such, or the strong and powerful such and such. It makes me go, why is there this little,
Yeah, exactly.
This little, like, a thing attached to, what's that name, that thing, attached to the beginning of your name?
Which is like a little,
was it?
Booster, as I call it.
Yeah,
that they try and boost their importance in a way.
Yeah, but it's always really weird. But basically, whenever it's something like, we have this totally awesome guest on tonight, guys, yay! Then you listen to it and you go, this is shit.
Yeah, I mean, I think, I think sometimes they do that. It's somewhat, if it's like a really dramatized event, but if it's one person every time,
yeah,
there's something a bit fishy.
Yeah. There was much discussion surrounding the prominent consumer advocate and YouTube personality John Turtle Biscuit Bain, with unkind remarks, and we'll get to that one, about his health and chemotherapy and treatment. Both individuals had expressed support for GamerGate. Yes. Turtle Biscuit, say what you think about him. It's like, the guy didn't do anything. Literally.
Oh,
he was
literally, he just said, okay, you know what, if it's saying what it's saying, then yeah, I can support that.
He used the hashtag twice and appeared in a live stream with someone once.
Yeah, who was he in a live stream with again?
Say again, sorry?
Was that live stream with Stephen Totello?
No, he did a live stream with Internet Aristocrat back when he was a thing. He appeared in a late night one. He saw that some GamerGate people were chatting. He popped in to say hi and say what he thought. And that was it. Didn't you see that?
No, I never saw that.
No, it was him, Ralph, Sargon, and I think some other people. And Turtle Biscuit said, hey, can I come on? They were talking. This was like the really early days.
Oh, fair enough.
And he just popped onto a stream just to talk. And he went, hey, here's what I think. And then he left.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Where was I on this?
You were with just other YouTubers like
Turtle Biscuit with a kind of mic about his health and chemotherapy treatment. And incidentally, this if you want to click on these links and just sort of Alt tab open them so they're open in different things so you can read.
Oh yeah, sure.
These are all transcripts of these are all parts of the chat logs here. Other YouTubers, such as popular commenters Sargon Avocado and Thunderfoot and media critic Monday Matt, were also subjects of discussion because of Crash Override Network Rob Margelio's personal beef with them.
Yeah.
Now this is unseen perfidy. I've known of this guy for fucking years.
I haven't heard of this thing.
I've heard of him for so many goddamn years. I'll remind me later and I'll tell you about him. Marmalade, oh fuck you for a name, was recently exposed as a sex pest after it. This was the golden moment for me with him. And revealed that the organization may have enabled his sexual harassment of women online.
Oh.
According to public statements by Israel Galvez, that's his name, another con member, over 20 women have come forward with allegations about fuck you foreign name.
Marmalade. Let's just call him Marmalade.
Marmalade. Yeah, okay.
There we go.
The group believed that it carried out more clout than other Twitter users because of its SJW powers and its members' support for the request to escalate Randy Harper's reports that they'd made about gaming. Hang on, sorry, let me read that again. The group believed that they carried more clout than other Twitter users because of its SJW powers, quote unquote. And members requested that Randy Harper escalate reports made about GamerGate supporters to hasten suspicions. So they're basically playing the system there. It went well beyond simply getting people banned. It went well beyond simply getting people banned from Twitter. The group made an active effort to hurt their opponents' wallets, as they usually went so by going after their Patreon accounts. This is true. Individuals like HN site owner Frederick Brennan and lawyer blogger Mike. And this is the funny thing about this. All right, let me just tell you. No, you see, they keep saying they have all these enemies.
Oh yeah.
I have literally zero in common with Cernovich, apart from we're both massively into the free speech thing. You know what I mean? I've got nothing in common with the guy, yet somehow we are both in the same nest. We are basically the same according to them.
Yeah.
I'm just saying they're when you're pissing about and calling everyone an enemy, that sheet of ice Jill's floating on gets really, really thin.
Oh, yeah. You know what? I've actually seen something quite funny. Throughout the logs, I noticed there was one particular name that came up a lot. That was Dina.
Yeah.
For those of you...
Yeah, we're gonna get. I'm actually gonna do this later.
Oh, we're just getting past the point.
Yeah,
oh, okay.
We're just doing this. This is just a refresher because I think this is a good place to point out what's going on here. The group made an active to hit their opponents while it's on Patreon, Mike Cernovich, and on the receiving ends of their actions. Additionally, members of the Crash Override Network, or COM, conspired to sabotage charity schemes of a feminist charity, the Fine Young Capitalists. Yep.
Oh, yeah. Oh. Oh, boy.
So much, yeah, I know, but let's just get through the article first, then we can go back to all this.
I know, but there's one particular part that I can't wait to talk about.
Okay, let's go. All right. Which defends to develop the independent video game. The Toronto-based organization with a past history of Zoe Quinn, for its part, the Fine Young Capitalists have since released their first game, Afterlife Empire, on Steam 2015, which was, it wasn't great, it wasn't bad, but at least it got made.
Yeah, I mean, it was, yeah.
It was better than Depression Quest.
Oh, God, yeah, it was an actual game.
Intent on painting GamerGate as a hate movement, quote-unquote, members of CON looked at every opportunity to pin blame on GamerGate for anything that might make its supporters look bad. The group discussed highlighting transphobes within GamerGate to blame them for the suicides of transgendered women. Despite a lack of evidence the suicide had anything to do with GamerGate, CON rationalized the trolls who participated in Operation Transgenocide from 4chan's poll board were undoubtedly affiliated with the movement. No, they weren't. It was V, if anything else. And it wasn't on 4chan. At that point, it was off.
Yeah, it was 8chan at that point.
Yeah, a CON member wrote a Tumblr post on the matter. That would be, I remember saw this, that would be Secret Gamer Girl. Blaming GamerGate for anything awful under the sun, and countless tweets made during that time attempted to both tie both subjects together. Nearly finished. Yeah, increasingly, members of the Crash Override Network can be seen admitting that some of this harassment, trolling, death threats attributed to GamerGate was not even from the movement supporters. After the 2015 Paris terror attack, and member of and no longer a member, GamerGate was blamed for portraying Crash Override Network, Verandia Sikh dude as a wanted terrorist with a photoshopped image.
I actually want to see the if I can find it, I want to see them talk about that. Also, Black Trick, if you're listening to this, I still love you, man.
It was funny.
I love you. That was wonderful. I mean, it was done in such a way that, you know, it just looks so stupid. I mean, I have it right here.
It was stupid. There was a dildo in the background.
Actually, hold on. Where is it? Oh, damn it. They don't fucking show it. Fuck it.
No, just go into Google search. It's there. Go to image search on Google.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's just finish this off quickly. GamerGate supporters have long suspected collusion between the press and the individuals opposed to the movement. Was at play. It may sound like a tinfoil hat conspiracy at first glance. The chat logs revealed that the Crash Override Network had ties to games journalist websites like Polygon, and despite the group's relationship with the media, Zoe Quinn expressed disdain for Boston Magazine reporter who had asked difficult questions, and we need to look at that one. That was so interesting. In light of the leaked chat logs, people have the right to be skeptical about anti-harassment groups like Crash Override Network, and Ask Business Feminist Frequency has financially supporting an organization that actively partakes in doxing, hacking, and trolling. With zero accountability, its members like Rob Marmalade and Randy Harper may never face the consequences for their actions. So that's the article.
Yep, and we should take a look at the suppression publication.
Yeah.
So let's take a look at this.
Okay, can I just do this one little thing? I want to read out the list of people that I counted in these chat logs.
Okay.
All right, can I just do this? First, Zoe Quinn, obviously, Dr. Internet MD, she comes up here. Alex Lipschitz, Peter Coffin, Dan Olsen, Catherine Cross, Randy Harper, Secret Gamer Girl, not sure who she is. Tesseract, not sure who she is. Unseen Perfidy, Rob Marmalade, we'll get to him. Sarah Butts.
I haven't seen that individual in a long time.
Mm-hmm. Arthur Chu, Remy, who is very, very active, but I don't know who that is. Dina from Mighty Number 9 fame.
Yes, it's that Dina.
Turban Tony. Izzy Galvez. Ian Miles Chong, who has wrote the article we've just read. And Chris Clue. There is no anti-GamerGate, eh? I keep on. These are just the names that I just ran off the top of my head when I was just getting ready to do the stream. This is and I've not seen the full chat logs yet. The only people that I know have the full chat logs are Amos Chong and Protein Pill. They're the people. So anyway, carry on with what you wanted. I've talked long enough.
All right. Well, so yeah, we get a basic idea of pretty much literally every single person that has contributed greatly to what we can call the anti-GG side.
Which is pretty much side now. So the whole time it was GamerGate versus Crash Override Network. That was it.
Yeah. Hold on. Could you continue for a bit? I gotta take care of something.
Oh, what am I continuing with? Oh.
Just continue with what we were talking about.
Okay. Well, as I'm flying and sailing out, well, so yeah, let's talk about my day. Today I woke up, had some breakfast, and I came and did some work, and I came here. But yeah, what this always seemed to be to me was the Crash Override Network has started off predominantly as a Skype group, which then became a how do you call it? It was a Slack chat, and eventually all the people in there that were. This is the amazing thing. Everyone that was in there turned up somewhere else. It was like the Dina from Crash Override from Mighty Number 9 turned up in. Oh God, she just turned up in the group, and of course turned up in the group, and then Ian Miles Chong turned up in the group, and then you're back now.
No, sorry about that.
Yeah, anyway. I was just saying how it's amazing. All these people that we saw in other places that use the same tactics all seem to turn up in the group, usually before they were a thing.
Yeah, literally, these people, just everyone that is just put out the common vitriol that we've seen and shit like that. Every sort of person that we can identify as some sort of figurehead or something like that. They all come from this group.
Anyone that's come up. Yeah.
And actually, just to go off topic a little bit, I just want to mention in this email, this is actually quite funny. So I'm just going to read out. This is the chat log about how Quinn talked about how this reporter, who was probably going to do a piece, very glowing piece about her, saying, "Oh, hey, look how cool you are and shit like that, and you're strong and shit." But what's interesting is that she still didn't want to do this. And here's the reason why.
Say again, you went really quiet for me for a second there.
Oh, sorry. I just wanted to read out this report, this chat log about the reporter.
Oh, the Boston Magazine guy.
Yep. Okay.
All right.
Quinn, the Boston Magazine reporter who asked me to talk about my relationship with Aaron pre-GG is still going ahead with the story. Dina, yep. Despite being not told to multiple times.
That's so telling. That is so weird.
Yeah. That is already a bad sign. And has already interviewed Aaron and Dina suitably. What the fuck? And then live Riot Arms, don't know who they is. I'm trying to write a response that isn't just please fuck off, whoever. Can you all give me some advice, y'all? I can copy and paste the correspondence. SF. I still don't know who's this guy.
Who's that? SF. I do know who SF is.
As always, you're put in a position where you're forced to be a saint when you shouldn't have to be. Holy fuck! I forgot how just how much of a circle jerk this thing is. The internet has given people some bizarre and harmful ideas about. Oh, spam incoming. Chloe ended up in the ERs, apparently, faking suicide. Chloe
Seagal.
Ooh. His first email, Dear Miss Quinn, I'm writing a story about your former relationship with Aaron Johnny for the coming issue of the Boston Magazine. This will not focus on the savage attacks against you and others after Johnny published his blog, but rather will document the relationship up to the point to publish. Are you willing and available for an interview sometime next week to share your account of the relationship? Thank you very much. Please let me know if you have any questions. So this, to be honest, is just. So yeah, this is obviously going to be glowing, especially on the wording like the savage attacks.
Yeah, that seems like a positive
then
thing.
They still get cold feet.
Well, if you read it, she freaked out when she heard out he'd actually gotten his side of the story. That's when she freaked out.
Exactly. Well, actually, all right. So this is although still the still
Oh, you went robot there for a second.
Still,
it's like talking to a cyborg.
Oh, all right. So,
all right, and now you've gone again. I can see your cursor moving, but I can't hear you talking.
Oh.
Wow, that is some impressively weird noise.
All right, is this okay?
It sounds like a horror film's going on over there.
Holy shit! Really?
Yeah, Jesus Christ, man. Basically, it sounds like some, it sounded like some crazed robot was masturbating into your ear.
What the fuck?
It was a really weird noise. You should listen back and after we're done, go listen to it and see what it sounded like. It was weird. But carry on, sorry.
Oh. All right, so Charlotte, I am filled with so much hate by now. And so this is how Zoe Quinn responds.
Why are they so hate all the time?
Yeah, well, it's just like, it's a circle joke. What do you expect?
That's Turtle Biscuit's kind of reasoning, so they're basically putting ideas onto him that are not their own.
Pretty much. All right, well, anyway, this is obviously this is just the typical slant of, I am currently not willing to discuss any details of my life. Oh, I wonder why. For fear that any such published information invariably put me in danger of further attacks by GG, regardless of their veracity or slant. That's because there is something, whatever fucking happened, you can't lie about it. That's what I think.
Well, she's quite happy to go to the press, if it's certain press. I think the whole point to this one is
magazine though was kissing ass there.
Yeah, it was when she found out she had talking to Aaron Joni that she decided not to go ahead with it. And even tried to deep six the whole thing.
Yeah, so here we go. So then it says, as well, no X is currently under a restraining order from the Boston Municipal Council. Provisions which dictate he is unable to discuss my personal life, passive questions in any published forum. So he'll let you know if he has a new following.
Hang on. This has been issued due to the clear danger of such airing personal information to places in me. Here's the thing. It's like everyone who knows if you've got a stalker or someone making you threats, the police and everyone tells you to keep it quiet, don't talk about it, for God's sake, don't share it.
Yeah, exactly.
It's amazing because Brianna, we won't stop fucking talking about it, and at least Sarkeesian will kind of and kind of not do it. The rest of the pretty much everyone at Jezebel will do it, but Zoe Quinn is very selective about how she will do it. And this one, the DQ appeared to be she was talking about to Aaron Joni.
And this is funny. And he says, "Thanks very much, Zoe. That would have been my response as well. And then I'll let you know if I have any follow-up questions." That's a normal answer.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, a kiss-ass answer in some ways, but that's still normal. But then suddenly...
It's just a polite answer. It's a good disarming tactic.
But then, here's something interesting. This comes out of nowhere. I am really, really hoping you're not going to run a one-sided story about this with only my abusive ex's account.
Oh, that is...
And now, keep in mind, in his email, he actually hasn't mentioned Aaron actually coming towards him
Yeah,
in
well,
any way.
we're not
She
sure that she's
mentions that
we're not sure that she's
all he
published
said,
all the emails that he sent. We just know that this is what she wants to show in this stream. Yeah.
but yeah, but basically, but all he said in this email was he just wants to document the relationship up to the point.
Mm.
Now that says something about this, because normally, I mean, you could lie your way in saying that, you know, oh, he was nice at the start, but he was really abusive later on. But then, that's weird.
Yeah.
What the?
I think the whole thing has been. What was I saying earlier? The surreal part of it is that this is her freak out. Because if you remember when, do you remember when we were talking about social autopsy?
Oh yeah, actually, this gets interesting.
Okay.
A bit. Right. So then he says he would never write or publish that, and asks if she's available for a very brief phone conversation, which is off the record, by the way. Then this is her response. That's good to hear. Is there any way we could stick to email instead?
That's weird.
That is really weird, especially when a journalist says, "Okay, we'll keep it off the record."
She is getting pissed off. This is basically that snippy. This looks like my snippy ex-girlfriend.
This is.
You know when she's getting pissed off at you, and all you're getting is, well, that's basically how I'm reading this is. That's good to hear. Is there any way we can stick the email instead? That's just how I'm reading it.
Well, actually, how I'm reading it is that she. I don't think she knows that she's unable to contain, like, you know. Basically, she's gonna start blabbering.
Yeah, it's like, you know, when that I'm gonna bring this up again. You know, the social autopsy woman. She claimed that Zoe was an emotional wreck who started blabbering weird stuff at her.
Yeah, this is
like you're going to ruin everything and stuff that doesn't make sense if you look at her public views.
And I think this must have taken place afterwards. Did this take? No, this is 2014. This took place before.
Yes, this was like years ago. Here's another thing. You should always take carefully look at the dates of all these things.
Yeah, this is interesting.
This is New Year's Eve.
Oh, what the fuck?
The rest of a lot of their stuff, they are talking on this on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day.
Wow, oh, Jesus Christ.
There is even a moment when they are...
hold on, look, 31st of the 12th, this is New Year's Eve.
Yes.
Holy shit.
So they spent Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, and I think Boxing Day on some of the logs. And I haven't seen all the ones that Ian Moss-Chung put in the chat, but in his article, sorry. But a lot of the stuff is like this is all over Christmas, and when you're looking at them, it's like, and they're belittling people. Say when they come back after Christmas, they're going to see all this, and it's like, what? Why aren't you at Christmas out doing stuff with family and friends?
Yeah, if you're so sure that you've won, you would have done this.
Well, no, it was Christmas. On Christmas, it was like on Christmas they're bitching about Total Biscuit.
And this is all right. This is interesting.
Yeah, okay, carry on.
This response is interesting. The last thing I want in the story is something that provides attackers with more poisonous view. This is my first question. When the editors approached me with this story, and they showed me that all we want to do with GamerGate is to prove a brief section summarized the vicious violence assault on you and many others. So it's going to be another kiss-ass one.
Yeah, it's going to be.
So he is just telling her, look, we are trying to promote you as a saint here. This story will focus on Aaron Johnny's blog post and then how it ignited so much savagery. It will feature reflections from as many possible sites and as many possible sources are willing to speak. I'd be very happy to talk to anyone you recommend. Which is another thing I wonder why. And of course, the details of your private life you don't want to reveal are not for the public record. Anything you don't want to talk about, we wouldn't talk about it. Anything you do, we would. So yeah, ultimate kiss ass. The story will not appear for another 3 months, says Gamer. As GG continues, the story of its origin has blurred and never been visited in depth.
That is true.
So maybe trigger words do exist for some people. because I think whenever it said in depth, that's when something happened.
I think it's whenever they go like, no, we want to get the true story behind it. That's when they seem to panic.
Yeah. So he said, I didn't respond, which is weird. So he sent me this morning, which is, New Year's morning. Yeah, I hope you've been well. I am finished with the reporting of Mr. Johnny's side of the story. If you and anyone could recommend I could speak to or available to talk to sometime soon, please let me know. Again, it will be a tremendous help in crafting the full scope of this story. If you're available to talk about anything you like, either over the phone, over dinner, coffee, Skype, anything. I know you've suffered immeasurable pain and abuse, and as I've said, I hope the story will, in some small way, help relieve some of that. If you have any time at all for a conversation about your life, career, and thoughts on the story, it would appreciate it. To give you a sense of the kind of writing I'm interested in, here are some recent samples.
So he's doing everything he can to put her at ease, to let her know that he's not against her.
Exactly.
He's literally doing everything to get both sides of the story here.
Yeah, but this is currently drafting this now. I'm disappointed to hear that you're going ahead with the story, especially considering my ex publicly stated he won't work with any journalist that doesn't spend multiple paragraphs defaming me. Source here.
Where?
I guess she claims it's a draft, but
yeah,
that's and as willfully interviewed him in the past. Source here, no source. It's especially disheartening to read this while I'm still not allowed to be home in Boston because of the frequency and specificity of the threats made against me.
Excuse me. She went on holiday. This was
exactly. She was hot. I'm not sure I'll continue to give my ex a platform to try and ruin my life is somehow meant to alleviate this nightmare or no. Now asking to revisit the relationship was incredibly traumatic and abusive towards me as neither. I sincerely do not understand your motivation here and why you continue to ask me of this.
Oh, sorry, there's someone just did bring jockey just benefit. Sorry, no, it's not our. There's no live chat. It's not our fault. We will fix this in a month. Is that when you get your PC?
Yeah, hopefully. At about that time.
Yeah, because what will happen when we do that is I want to. Well, we can either just use my YouTube account, or we can just start another one and just move all the videos over.
We could do that. Yeah.
Because that means that you'll have control over it, and I'll have an access to it as well. So
I guess we could do like a joint email account as the Google account we could use.
Yeah, we can just. We'll just have a joint account. We'll both have access to it. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That makes sense.
If you find anything you like, you can put it up there, and I'll do it. Anyway, carrying on.
All right. So, and they're doing the kiss ass thing. You could cite the ethical code he's violating. Oh, that's interesting.
Wait, sorry, I've lost sight of this. Oh, who's saying? You have to tell me who is saying this. Riot Arms. I don't know who that is.
Yeah, Riot Arms. Dino says nothing would determine this person. He wants maximum drama.
Oh, he doesn't though. They are.
He doesn't. He's trying. From what it sounds like, he's just trying to get as little of an account from Aaron as possible. Then give the biggest account to Zoe.
I don't know about that. He desperately wants her opinion though.
Yeah, exactly. What I get the feeling is that, okay, we'll just keep this just so we can say, A, we're not biased, but then, give the maximum amount to Zoe. And then, yeah.
Oh, shit. I've just looked at, I've got a recommended YouTube video that I've got to watch after this.
All right, well,
it's a GG rating one. It looks awesome. Yeah, so that's that one. So, what was the other one? Oh, David Gallant was on here too. David.
Oh yeah, there he is.
I forgot about him.
He's right. There he is.
Yep.
I didn't know Aaron abused other women. God damn it. Yes, I wonder who else did that.
The man who, after years and years and years of game development, sucking up to all the people. If you look at this, all right, here's how. Yeah, he still has far less Twitter followers than me. He has less Twitter followers than me.
And me, which is fucking saying something.
Yeah, well, we have the same number, don't we?
About that, yeah.
Yeah. I think it's amazing that the guy who made I Get This Call Every Day.
You mean the fucking paint?
It was MS Paint with typing errors in it. It had
Literally.
in it.
Actually, what was great was that it was supposed to be based on someone working in a call service, right?
Yeah.
Someone who actually worked in a call service, criticized that the guy is too fucking aggressive and you get fired.
Oh, that was a Yogscast guy, wasn't it?
Oh, that did the voice acting?
No, not did the voice acting. I think someone who's one of the Yogscast minion users, did that game, and he was watching it, just going, he played it going, this voice actor is actually getting really aggressive. We're not allowed to do that.
Yeah, I wonder who that was.
It's probably David Gallant.
No, I mean the guy who reviewed it.
Oh, the Yogscast guy. Oh, he's one of the better ones. He's one of the guys that just, doesn't give a shit about politics and just does his fucking thing.
Which I like. And he's like the, was it Sips?
Sips is cool. I like Sips.
Sips, and there's one called, there's one that does all the Fallout stuff, which I enjoy.
The funny thing about the Yogscast is that they always sort of had and made fun of social justice people until the moment they got caught out for doing dodgy shit. Then the next thing you know, they're all big feminist frequency fans. Oh, you've got to fix your mic, dude. Oh, that was horrible. Oh.
My fault.
Ah!
That was because I moved my cable.
Ah!
All right, I'll stop.
Stop doing that. You have to remember, I've got very expensive headphones that pick up every little noise. So, all right, what other part of when it hits me, it's really flipping loud. Okay, here we go. What do we want to look at next?
I'm not too sure which this one is.
Hang on, go back, scroll up. He's named these all. Third party. This is about third party trolls.
Oh, it's Nico, the death of a GGO that blocked by me. That was from Remy Izzy, as we all know. I don't know. I think they're a third party troll, which is.
So they know there is such a thing as a third party. Oh no, there isn't.
Exactly.
Who is Remy?
I don't know. Probably someone that we. Secret Gamer Go. I think that's the one who did the PhD.
What?
I think.
The one that. Oh, what's her name?
A PhD on GamerGate.
I know what you mean.
Who didn't actually do the PhD in the end?
Yeah, I think I made a tweet about her because she was, that really racist Ubisoft employee. It's not Ubisoft, BioWare employee.
Oh, yeah, I know him.
Natalie Z.
Oh,
apparently he was banging her for a while.
Why?
Well, have you seen that guy? He's creepy as hell. Also,
that reminds me of Jubal for Veranda a bit.
Yeah, Veranda. Oh, this is not in what we've got here, but the Veranda turban. His got. I don't know if they're in these versions, but the version on Brewpill's website.
Oh, okay.
He actually, all of Veranda's stuff, it's either white people. I hate white people. White people suck. I love playing. What was it? What was that game he tried to call racist?
I think. Oh, it was Deus Ex, which
Far Cry.
Oh, Far Cry. Oh, yeah, I thought it was Deus Ex for the whole apartheid thing.
No, who cares? I don't know about the apartheid.
Or was it the black? Actually, no. I think he called it racist after it said "Our Lives Matter" or something.
No, he's not been. He's not been on Twitter for ages, dude.
Really?
Yeah, ever since he kept sort of like tweeting, "Send me, hey girls, send me your selfies. Gosh, I'm adorable," and other amazing stuff like, "I went on a date. She wasn't interested in me, but that's cool. I'm such a good feminist. I'm such a good ally." "Quote unquote, white people suck." He was talking about he was playing Far Cry 4 and saying, was it Far Cry 3?
Oh yeah, and that he just wanted to kill white people in it.
Yeah, that's exactly it. That's all he talked about was white people and how much he hates them, and the most cringe-worthy stuff, like saying, pouts cutely and smiles charmingly. Those asterisks that creepy guys do.
Oh no!
That's all he did in the chat logs.
Jesus fucking Christ! I wish, I wish he had a little bit of self-respect about that. Jesus.
Well, he has photos. He has photos of himself looking mournful in a desert, in a garden, while he gets to lament about how much everyone is so mean to him. So yeah, that was it. Crash Override completely exposed as an inside group that actually completely exposed itself for being what they claimed GG was. So what do you think?
That's just...
So what do you think? Do you think this makes press at all?
I don't know. It really depends on the reactions. I mean...
I don't think they will, because they've hitched their horse to being so pro Twitter and Crash Override Network and everything. I
think what will happen is that, what I'm guessing might happen is that you have to rely on one of them freaking out. That's the thing, and I'm guessing either Zoe or something will freak out.
Zoe Quinn freaks out all the fucking time.
Well, I mean, in a way that could, because she sort of does it, and when she does it, it's just like it literally rumbles everything about around her. You know what I mean? Where remember that thing with...
She's not that fat. I know she's put on a bit
of
weight,
no.
She's not
I mean
that gelatinous blob with bad hair and face things.
No, that would be another one of them, Randy Harper.
Now, Randy Harper basically just it spends all her time admiring her fatness.
She's literally the human cannonball. Anyway. I mean, she's got the shape for it anyway. But, however, what I mean is that, remember the social autopsy event?
Oh, yeah. Obviously.
Well, remember how much she freaked out and how, this is going to ruin my life and shit.
It was going to ruin everything. And she didn't want anything that wanted trolls uncovered to be used. And he's like, why are you so scared of this?
I mean, if anything, I'm supporting you.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I wonder why.
Could it be? I hate to do this, but could it be? And I think this is because the woman who did the social autopsy, even though I still think all social autopsies are a stupid idea.
She doesn't seem that bad of a person, just like misguided.
Well, I told you, she's kind of hot, so I'm on her side. I'm not that bad. It was just the way that if she was being completely honest, I just think it's like, if this is absolutely true, if she was absolutely honest, the fact that her private email came out, she sent a personal email to Zoe Quinn, and when that happened, she suddenly started getting racist abuse. That tells me Zoe Quinn is actually I don't, either Zoe Quinn is instigating it or Zoe Quinn just happens to be there.
Yeah, but I think it's more instigating. Someone, I want to see something from the content.
I think it's this. I think she shares absolutely. I think they're like a weird collective, when they have to share everything with each other all the time, so they know how to behave.
Well, exactly. It's a social media.
In a Slack group, yeah. I think what happens is that you've got all these hangers-on, because if you look at the full logs, people like Dan Olsen and Sarah Butts and Izzy Galvez. I think Izzy Galvez is actually... I'll say this, all right? I'll be honest. Izzy Galvez is one of the people that actually you can tell is pausing to think.
I think he's more of a troll.
I think he's
actually more of a troll from him.
I think he has a conscience.
I think he's more in it just to cause trouble.
Yeah, certainly because I was talking about Dina, basically self-centered little bitch, Zoe Quinn, self-centered little bitch, Alex Lipschitz, self-centered little bitch, Peter Coffin, self-centered little bitch. Well, let me finish. It was like, if you look at all these people here, I wouldn't surprise me. Like Remy, Dan Olsen, basically shit slinger, Catherine Cross, idiot, professional idiot. Randy Harper, Secret Gamer Girl, who we know nothing about. Tesseract, who we know nothing about. Rob Marmalade, who basically is
Peter. No,
that's Sarah Butts, who's the paedophile. He's just a sex offender.
Oh, sex offender. Well, is that much better?
Yeah, I would. Yeah, there's something about shagging
I mean, they're both.
The kid.
I mean, they're
Look,
both sex offenders. Just they go after kids. One goes after kids, which is worse. One goes after.
Yeah, I think when you put in.
But I get what you mean.
Yeah, when you add in kids, in my opinion, it becomes worse.
That I think I do agree with, but I'm just saying that they're both sex offenders.
Yeah, but if you look at the people like I've just pointed out, like the Dan Olsons, they are quite. If you read the chats, and I know you can't because they're not all out yet. Until
I get an idea actually.
Yeah, Bro Team looked through pretty much all of them, but he hasn't released the thing, so you can look them over for yourself. But so many of them are quite because Rob Marmalade, he's the guy that put Thunderfoot, who did fake porn accounts under Thunderfoot's name and photoshopped porn on him. And I know the guy back from the Atheism Plus days. He was one of the people who was doing that, and I always thought he was I always thought he was a creepy bastard, but he called me a dude, bro.
You,
yeah,
a dude, bro.
Yeah, and he said to me, "Nice draw, man, dude." And he goes, "Yeah, learn to know what words mean, dude, bro." And then he blocked me, and it was like, we've actually spoken quite a few times, but I'm on a different account now, and now I'm actually asking you quite nice, normal questions. You are just insulting me to my face. So he's a creepy bastard who hands down Richard the Dick Coughlin, bad comedian and now a feminist after his got rape t-shirts period.
Oh, yeah.
What happened? He actually had an internet beef with the Amazing Atheist, and the Amazing Atheist completely destroyed him. Literally reduced him to a quivering crying mess on live stream.
I remember that. That was...
So basically...
I don't like Amazing Atheist, but you know what?
He's better now.
I have still have some sort of respect for him just for that.
I like him. The Drunken Peasants podcast, cancer. Don't go near that fucking show. But his videos are actually quite good for the most part. Drunken Peasants, no, awful show.
I've never watched Drunken
Peasants. And this is coming from this show.
That's true. That is true.
Source citation for this show being the worst show on the internet. Last week's show.
Don't worry, I'm not doing that again.
No, it was just a combination of you being really drunk and me going, I want to end this because I think he's really drunk and I think it's best if we don't broadcast this.
Yeah, you did a good call.
Mixed in with Shikaki not shutting up.
I threw up all over my couch.
Oh, yeah, you did.
But I actually, to be honest, I did a good job cleaning that up, actually.
Yeah. No, it was just that when you started saying, I've got a drink, I thought you were having a drink. Singular.
Yeah, I
didn't realize you were going to down the whole bottle as the show went on.
Oh, wait, here's the thing. I didn't even down the whole bottle. Here's what happened. I downed about 3/4 of it. But I just kept pouring it into glasses because I had like the Mountain Dew bottle and I was mixing.
Yeah. I know that trap.
Well, the problem is, it's a good drink. It actually tastes nice, surprisingly so. The problem is it took away the spike of the alcohol.
So you kind of got quiet drunk.
Well, no, I couldn't tell how much alcohol I was consuming.
Yeah, you were getting quiet drunk.
Yeah.
Basically. But yeah, that was the worst thing we've ever done, I think. Apart from the shows that we were actually half asleep on, I think that was probably the worst.
Oh, yeah.
Because we had Broke Till Get Rich in the background just going, what is going on? And if you watch the stream, you can actually see us talking in text to each other because you and Shikaki were just talking about random stuff.
Oh, yeah.
It wasn't making any sense. But anyway, back to what we're talking about, because I think we are, aside from this story...
Well, we're pretty much... unless you want to talk about the Green Day thing.
Yeah, the Green Day thing. Okay, this is going to be a fairly short stream. That's going to be quite nice.
Well, that's nice for a change. Short and sweet.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna send you this to you in the chat.
Yeah, because I can actually broadcast it.
And I can't.
What's interesting about this whole con thing is that with me, I think, okay, there's no way there is absolutely no way they would be stupid enough to talk about every single event. That's what really surprised me about this. I thought it was just like the passing mention.
Mm.
I thought it was going to be like that. You know, with the remember the Game Journal Pro list? Remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah, where it mentioned things in passing and shit, and they only had a few explicit descriptions.
Mm.
But this, holy shit!
It is, in all honesty, based on what's going on. It is in all frankness and charm and truth. It is exactly what they pretended GamerGate was.
And it's just like
a secret group which pretends not to know each other, suddenly all working together.
It's just, it's kind of like, it's irony.
Mm-hmm. Well, it was always projection. It's always got down protection. I know this is a cliche, but it always comes down to projection. So, do you want to do this Green Day story?
If you want. If you...
It's really not much of a story. It's just...
is this something where we could just describe?
Basically, Green Day are basically old men now.
How old are they now?
Oh, they've got to be in their 40s at least. Late 40s.
Yeah.
All right, Green Day. They have said they are worried about video games becoming increasingly violent. Incidentally, look at video games today versus video games against the 90s when they became popular. I think you'll find the 90s video games were way more violent.
They were violent. Remember Custer's Revenge?
Yeah. Well, no one does. No one does really. I think we're talking about we got games.
I don't think people know from remembrance.
Yeah.
I think it's mostly from infamy.
Yeah. I think it's basically Green Day were popular around the time of the zenith of violence of computer games. And these days they are fairly tame. Let's be honest. When Mortal Kombat is causing people to freak out, you know it's not a trend. Mortal Kombat in 2015 caused a ruckus again. Therefore, it is not a trend. Okay.
Really?
Yeah.
Seriously. After back then?
Yeah. It is basically way late. It is way... After Mortal Kombat, things got... In the late 90s, games were really, really violent. And in my opinion, really, really cool. But they're not anymore.
Remember the Terminator game? That was cool.
The Game Boy?
No. That, like, arcade shooter thing. That was cool.
Yeah. The Game Boy game.
I remember this. I remember the Mega Drive one.
Yeah, the actual biggest selling version of that was the rather crappy Game Boy version. That was the biggest selling version. With its lovely crystal screen. Anyway, the trio who released a new album, Revolution Radio, on October the 7th, I said they're worried about the world becoming so violent it'll scar their children, you pussies. You ironic pussies. Bassist Mike Durant told Kerrang, who is a quality magazine, my kids are going to grow up seeing things that I never saw, like mixed martial arts. Boxing is way more violent than MMA.
Yeah, martial arts, to be honest, it's very formal. Very rarely is there a really serious injury. Yeah. Boxing, you have a lot of head trauma and concussions and shit.
MMA.
I still like both sports, but it's more violent.
Yeah, MMA is basically a much safer sport in terms of violence. Let's be honest. Two dudes in a cage, blood pouring down their faces. It's a cool visual, which is why it gets repeated. But it doesn't happen that often.
No, it really doesn't.
I think there have only been, in its now nearly 20-year history, there's only been 3 deaths. And all of them were because the one in Ireland was a fluke. It was something no one knew about. The guy had a medical condition no one knew about. That's why he died. And the other 2 deaths were because of people not disclosing shit on their application. Because when you get into a fight, you have to declare what medication you're taking and everything, and what medical conditions. They withheld medical conditions they had. So basically, there's been no deaths that have been out of the the control of the rules. Let's put it that way.
I mean, to be honest, and really, Green Day, just the fact that I heard that, whenever you hear my kids are going to grow up with something, you immediately think fucking old fart.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not even.
Anyway, when mixed martial arts first came out, people were like, "Oh fuck, that's violent," and it's like, it was violent back then because they had no rules. It was a. Sorry, I'm a massive MMA fan.
Yeah, it was basically
massive. Yeah, I was a big. I am a fairly knowledgeable MMA fan. I keep tabs on it and I enjoy it. I wouldn't say I know everything, but now they play it in TV and restaurants, and we're supposed to eat and watch this shit like boxing, which is worse. Idiot.
Oh god, back then boxing was pretty, even back then.
Yeah, well, boxing has not really changed. And he goes, nothing makes me. Oh, here we go. Nothing makes me hungrier than watching two men in weenie bikinis kicking the shit out of each other. He doesn't watch it. They don't wear weenie bikinis.
Yeah, just fucking shorts.
Baggy shorts like that.
Like literally just shorts. Khaki shorts that you see on a normal summer, or like boxing shorts, which are just the same size anyway.
Yeah, they're basically baggy shorts. There are a few, like George St. Pierre, he wears some very tight shorts. But for the most part, it's like these. You know what? We should have this before we done the stream. I would say this is not worth talking about. Video games are different now too. That actually is shooting, killing people. Take a toll, and I don't have the solutions. Singer Billy Joel Osmond believes Donald Trump is more dangerous than George W. Bush.
Wow.
Yeah, it's just fuck this. This is pointless.
Yeah.
This is a stupid article. So, is there anything else you want to talk about before we?
Well,
I know it's a short one, but I think this has been a good one.
Yeah, I mean, short and sweet. I mean, I can mention in some passing. Apparently, Black Lives Matter has cost, that university in Missouri.
Mm-hmm.
It cost some 2,100 students.
Of people getting kicked out, or people just not bothering to turn up?
Both people not bothering to turn up and basically just leaving the college, and also they've run out of space because they had to, they had to
shut down dormitories.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's your own problem. It's like I've told people about this. It's like if you keep putting up extra guards on rape and racism and sexism and stuff in university, all normal people are going to look at it and go, "These guys have a problem."
A very big problem too. Well, especially when they're burning down fucking towns and shit.
All right, this has been, I believe, the shortest episode yet.
Yeah, I think so.
So thanks everyone for listening. There have been a couple of you. I saw you. So we will speak to you guys next week.
All right, see you later.
See ya.